As many of you know, there has been a massive chip shortage, which unfortunately means when you order a new BMW, sometimes you're not going to get all of the features that you like, which was kind of the case with my mom's 2022 BMW X3. She has the base sound system, but today we're going to upgrade her amp to the BMW Alpha One premium sound system to make sure she has great sound that she couldn't get from the factory. Hey, this is Brian. Thanks for watching Keys Motorsports. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and check us out at keysmotorsports.com. If you have been following our channel for any length of time, you will probably have seen us install this in a variety of cars, but we've never actually installed it on an X3. So today, we're gonna walk you through the process step by step, and spoiler alert, it is a piece of cake, even if you've never installed anything on your car. Now, speaking of easy to do mods, while we had the car, we thought, you know what, let's give Mom a couple other upgrades. So the first thing we did is Gary helped us. Maybe Zach can put some pictures on the screen. We painted her brake calipers, which really just pop and just really add a lot of style to the car. Unless you want to spend a couple $1,000 and get an M Sport package, which my mom wasn't really interested in the M Sport package, there's no other real way to get a colored caliper, which just dramatically improves the look of the car. So we painted that this morning. Let's jump inside for mod number 2, and then we'll get started with the amp. Then as a second easy to do mod, you can see the start stop button, there's just no real pizzazz about it. So we're going to be upgrading it to one of these really cool crystal ones. Check that out. Which is super easy to do. You just take this gooey, sticky tar stuff, and you just press it on the button just like this. Hold it down for a couple seconds, and then you're gonna whip it up and off. Okay, just like that. My fingers are getting stuck. Then you take your new button, center that bad boy on there. Get that on there like that. Look at that, wait. Look at that. Oh, that is cool. And it feels way better than this plastic one. And as a third easy mod that anybody can do, we're going to show you how to replace the amp with the BeamerTech Premium Audio amp. So start by simply opening up the trunk, just like that. And the amp in the X3 is located behind this panel. So you just kind of lift up and out, and it's literally right there. It is so easy to get to. All right, so as you'll see in just a second, this installation process is painfully simple, which I absolutely love about it. So you're going to get your premium audio amp, and it's going to come pre-mounted to this handy mounting bracket, which is going to go right in there. This amp isn't even gonna leave the car. So it's basically, you're going to remove 2 bolts. You're going to install this, plug a couple things in. It's all plug and play. There's no cutting, there's no splicing, super simple. Tighten everything back up, call it a day. There's no coating, nothing. So what you're gonna do is you're going to first start with this giant wiring harness, and you're gonna see all these wires, and it looks confusing, but it's really not. The first thing you're gonna do is take these 3 white connections, and they're actually gonna plug right into the amp. So let's do that now. I'll start with the big one here, and they only go in one way. Okay, so that's good like that. And then there is a 4-wire connection. We're going to plug that in just like that. And then there's an 8-wire connection, which plugs in just like that. And if you've made it this far, you're about half done the install, so good job. All right, so now what you want to do is you want to take a 10 mil, and before we do that, I'll show you how this is going to mount. So you're going to see that there's a mounting location here, there's one over here, and then there's one over here. So basically this one is going to mount up to this bolt, the one on the bottom, this bolt, and then in the back, you're gonna see what looks like a welded in bolt with no nut. That's actually where we're going to mount the back, and BeamerTech conveniently includes a new nut. So basically once you have those all out, this is going to go in just like that, and then we're going to reinstall the nuts and bolts, and then I'll show you what to do with the wire harness. So we'll start up here, then down there. Okay, and then there's not one on the back. So at this point, take your amp, and it goes in this orientation. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slip the back on. You're not really gonna be able to see this one. It's kind of a by feel area. And then while that's locked in, I'm gonna put this in so it holds it in place. And then BeamerTech includes a nut for that back one. So just so this amp doesn't fall off, I'm gonna thread that one on by hand. And then I will put this one in down here. And then once you have those all hand tight, you can go back and tighten them down. So I'm gonna tighten this one, that one, and then the one in the back. Okay, and just snug them up. You don't have to go too crazy. All right, once you have everything mounted up, we just need to install the plug and play harness, which is super easy to do. Now there are some wires in the way, so I'm going to demonstrate on what to do with this connection right here. So as you will see, there is this little lock right there. So what you do is you're going to press that in, and then you're going to slowly lever this down, which is going to automatically push the connection out. Then once you go to reinstall it, at which time you're actually going to be installing this one, and I'll show you that in a second, you push it in, and then it's only going to go part way, and then you're going to pull this lever in, and as you do that and lock it in place, it's going to pull itself and perfectly seat itself every time. So in preparation, I'm just going to open this lever here. I'll try to get these out of your way as much as possible. Okay, so let's press on the lock, and then as you will see, I'm going to just gently lever this up and it automatically pops itself out. We're gonna pull it out, just put it underneath like that. And while that is fresh in your mind on what to do, we're going to take this connection, slide it in until it stops, then take the lever, pull it down until it locks in place, and now that is secure and completed. Then really the last step of this is to take your harness and just take a look at how the wire is. So you see we have some big connections on the bottom and some little ones up top. Have them face each other, then pull this lever down, and it's going to perfectly seat itself and lock itself into place. Now, if you would like to, which I am going to do, I am actually going to put a little wire tie over here just so this isn't bouncing around, but that is an optional step. So let me go grab one of those and I'll make sure that's nice and tidy. And then once you've done that, you just take this piece right here, and that is literally how easy it is to do this install. So let's jump inside. We'll see if we can get some copyright-free music and see how it sounds. I literally just clicked the first song. Sounds like it might actually be good. That was a good pick, first try. Gary, come in here. This sounds amazing. This sounds amazing for a bass sound system. Let's try a different song. I'm just going down the list of Epidemic Sound. We have a license for them. Oh yeah, that really does sound good. It's very clean. Let's try another song. Oh, this is weird.
This one's good. I put this in the F80 video.
Everything is just very like clear and crisp.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous.
And this is with the stock speakers. We'll probably get a bass hit here. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. This car sounds like it has a legit system in it right now.
You can really feel it too.
I like feel it in my heart. And this is the configure. We didn't even, so with the BeamerTech amp, it does come with another wire. I'm not gonna pre-run it because it's so easy to get to. Typically in the cars like Zach's G20 that has a system, it's a little bit more difficult to get to it. So you pre-connect the wire and then you can hook it up to a laptop and BeamerTech can remote in and tune it. Honestly though, however they have this configured just right out of the box is just night and day better than the BMW OEM bass system. We specifically didn't just sit in the car and film it where we did a before and then an after, because I know for you guys it's impossible to tell the difference. But sitting in the car, everything is just super, super, super crisp. And the bass, especially, I'm feeling all through my body. How about you?
Oh, yeah.
I just think this was definitely one of the best upgrades. And even though that, you know, whether you had a chip shortage issue or maybe you just bought a used car, maybe you didn't know what the differences are, this is a total game changer if you have the bass system. Now, as it stands right now, this amp does not work on the Harman system, which is already pretty good. For that, you can just do upgraded speakers if you want to. And there's also speakers available for this car as well. But the biggest difference that you can do is just swapping out the amp. Even if you're on the stock speakers, it's going to completely waken everything up and completely transform the way that this car sounds. So Gary and I are just gonna sit here and go through Epidemic Sound. Now, I will say this amp is not a cheap upgrade, but once you actually install it in your car, you'll understand why it costs what it costs, because of all the engineering and all of the development that went into building these tune files and really maximizing the car system in existing speakers, which it's amazing. This is definitely one of the best upgrades that you can do. This sounds so good. I'm just gonna sit here. Now I have a G80 M3. I have a 2022 G80 M3. I hate to say it, this is kind of embarrassing. This car sounds better, speaker-wise, than the Harman system that I have in there. This is so crisp and clean. My G80 does not sound this good. But a big part is the amp. You know, even above the speakers, the amp is the first thing you should always change. And then from there you can see if you want to upgrade the speakers or not. But it's amazing night and day what this amp is able to do. So normally we film one video, or we film, you know, a song or so, and it's like, you get a sense, but we're on song like 12 because we just like the way it sounds and we just keep listening to music, even though we really got to get back to work. So anyway, I'm Brian, that's Zach, this is Gary. He painted the calipers for us. So thanks for watching Keys Motorsports. If you like today's video, give us a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe. Check us out at keysmotorsports.com. If you guys are interested in the mods we did today, whether it be the amp, the crystal start-stop button, or some of the shades of caliper paint that we have, be sure to see the links down in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.